Hello, everybody. Welcome to the latest episode of Squared Triangle. We are finally talking about AEW's All In. Took us a little bit, but we got there.
Good show.
It's a great show. I don't know about you guys, but there's been like so much wrestling in the last like week and a half that I've had difficulty being like, wait, which one are we doing this week?
Yeah, because to sum this up, we had over the weekend the Super Card of Honor going into All In, with also on the same weekend Saturday Night Main Event, the Great American Bash, and WWE Evolution 2.
Yeah.
A wild weekend.
We'll have to talk about Evolution at some point because it was really good. I watched it. I wonder if I think X saw a little bit of it.
I saw it, and it's like it was a fantastic pay-per-view. Yes. It was one of WWE's best PLEs this year.
I think it comes down to. I think it just comes down to like I think the women just felt like they're trying to sacrifice us for the sake of this shit, and we're gonna blow this out the fucking park.
Like, I respect it.
Yeah, I really do, and I really do feel like they're carrying the company right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but that is for another episode. Maybe we can do it. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow or something. I don't know. Anyway, this one is All In 2025. We begin with a trios match. The Ops, Shibata, Hobbs, and Samoa Joe against the Death Riders. Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, and Gabe Kidd is there for some reason.
He's kind of like the mercenary for the Death Riders right now. You have Moxley being, in the main event. So and I think Pac is currently out injured.
Yeah, he's still injured with I think an ankle injury. So
he's not able to be there, third man like he normally is.
Yeah. So Gabe Kidd has replaced him in this match.
Yeah, we are going to jump into the main card. I don't think any of us watched the pre-show matches. I know there was a few things. They had their, celebrity. We were talking about it before. Mm-hmm. The Big Boom AJ, he's back. Some stuff with Don Cal's family and a few other things, but I don't think there was enough that really happened to warrant really talking about.
Not really.
But this match is a great way to start us off. The show. I mean, the crowd is already red hot. This is basically AEW's WrestleMania for the year. All In is like that event for them. And it is just chaos. These are just, 6 guys beating the shit out of each other for 20 minutes? It's like
14-ish.
Yeah. We do get some history in here. We have Shibata and Gabe Kidd going at it for a little bit in the ring. That is, a student teacher history there. Shibata did train Gabe Kidd. So it's kind of cool seeing all that come back into this. And Gabe Kidd is just funny sometimes when he sells too. Like he'll try to no sell the hits and then he'll take one hit and then he'll just fall forward. It's like Gabe Kidd just unintentionally just being funny at times.
It's either that or he's just talking smack to the crowd or whoever is the closest person to him. That dude is funny as hell. He really is.
Yeah. A lot of this match is Wheeler Yuta being the whipping boy for the Ops. They're kind of they have him in the corner. They're kind of tagging in and out just to keep roughing him up. He then eats later in the match a really good power slam from Hobbs in the Doomsday Device setup, which was really cool to see. And then we have, for somebody as big as Hobbs, Claudio giant swinging him into the barricade, where you audibly hear in the front crowd, Jesus Christ. From one of the
yeah.
There was a lot picked up on the cameras this pay-per-view that really added to the show. There's one that happens in the women's match, the women's gauntlet match, that's really funny. And commentary tries to play it off because Tekla was so loud yelling it at her opponents.
I remember when we say that this was like a chaos, most people think it's high flying, but these guys famously don't fly.
No, this was a very technical striking and pure power kind of a match. There was not a lot of lucha stuff or high flying speed. It was meat. Hobbs get tagged in and the crowd starts chanting meat. That is his
meat.
he's a world title contender at this point, man. The guy is so over with the crowd. Like, Hobbs needs that push now.
Yeah, he really does. And I really love how he no-sells those chops, too. Like, he just kind of looks at you like, are you serious, bro? Like, look at me, I'm big. This ain't phasing me. And
the end of the match comes after a really cool sequence of strikes between everybody to Samoa Joe hitting a muscle buster on Wheeler Yuta. So nice retaining there for the ops. But this is not where the match ends. During the celebration, the Death Riders jump the ops, put Samoa Joe in the chair, stomp it, and seem to take out Samoa Joe for the time being. Kayfabe reason, he's about to go on promotional tour for season 2 of Twisted Metal. So they're giving they're getting some time off.
Yeah, I forgot that was coming out. So
and I hate how it took him a season, but actually watching the trailer, seeing the actual Twisted Metal like characters finally showing up, I'm like, finally, it took one season to get here, but we're here now.
The guy is the main character was supposed to be the guy that's on the wheels, right?
No, he was just another character. Axel actually is showing up in season 2, though.
Oh, Axel's actually showing up? Sick.
Like, they actually showed like the lineup with like Dollface and Axel, and like all the actual characters are finally here. And I'm like, couldn't this have just been the first season?
Somebody is listening to the fans right now at NBC, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Well, because I remember seeing fan theories that the main character was supposed to be Axel at some point.
I mean, he might have been. I saw like the thumbnail for the trailer, and it shows Axel like in his 2 wheels, like standing there between them, and I'm like, that doesn't look like Anthony Mackie though, so I'm not sure. But I'm like, finally, we're actually getting to the game characters. But that's kind of why Joe was taken out this way after the match. He's about to go on the promotional tour. It might take him a few weeks, so maybe just in time for All In. You never know.
Not likely. He might run in.
Yeah. I think this was a great match to start it off. This is keeping the Death Riders kind of, in the swing of things. This isn't the last time we see them, of course, as you can imagine. In what X and I had hoped for, the perfectly overbooked main event. Like, it hit like all the right notes. It was like the perfectly like overbooked main event.
But the thing is, like, what they did with the ops in this match was kind of a setup for that later on, because they were trying to eliminate.
They're trying to eliminate people who can come to help.
Hangman. So basically, what they did was commentary tied that in with the main event later, because like it was maybe a strategy by the ops to get rid of Hangman's allies, which wouldn't be enough later on, and we'll get to that. But good opening match. It got the crowd going.
It got the crowd going, and it got the crowd ramped up for the match that follows. So, anything your thoughts on this trios match though, Deca?
It was fine. I'm not really big on the multi-tag matches. My favorite matches are one-on-ones. So the main event for me, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. The men's Casino Royale.
The Casino Gauntlet match, aka the Diet Royal Rumble. Let's just call it what it is. It is the Diet Royal Rumble. You don't have to go over the ropes. You don't have to go over the ropes. It is the first 2 win by pinfall or submission. So it could be 2 people coming in. It could be 12 people coming in. It's a matter of when the match ends. It's their whole stipulation on this. So the expectation is the entire roster could eventually be in the ring if the match doesn't end, but wrestling, they book it. Here's your set number of people, go to the finish. So the roster for this match though was great. We have MJF and Mark Briscoe starting off, and then in a line we get Ricochet, Bandito, Takeshita, Mystico, Josh Alexander, Anthony Bowens, which was surprising to see. Roderick Strong, Brody King, Juice Robinson with the return. Clean shaven Juice Robinson, a sin. Let him get his beard back.
He looks jacked too, because he's bulked up.
He looks like Ezekiel.
He doesn't look like he's gonna sell me a bad weed off the corner of North Hollywood.
But that's the best Juice. That's the best Juice Robinson.
I really.
That's what I'm saying. That's the Juice Robinson I like.
Kota Ibushi, the Beast Morthos, and Max Caster. And all of just the weaved storylines in this match from all of these people. Like, there were moments of Morthos and Roderick Strong calling back to their tag team like months ago. He even was like, Beast! Like being over the top like he used to be. You had Bandito and Takeshita running it back from their Supercard of Honor match the night before.
Oh yeah, and by the way, please go watch that match because Bandito and Takeshita put on possibly one of the best matches of the year. You know, it was just a lot of back and forth. It was great for a Supercard of Honor main event, and they did not have to go as hard as they did in that main event. But you know, they were just trying to just prove a point here, I guess.
Takeshita's like, I got to wrestle tomorrow night too. Send it.
Like sure. I'm like, yeah, just put me in the gauntlet match tomorrow night. We're gonna make sure. We're gonna make sure that we're gonna make sure this is a banger and one for the ages.
Yeah, we have Mystico coming in and continuing his feud with MJF, which is really cool to see. Josh Alexander helping Takeshita kind of neutralize the rest of the competition. Brody King, who the fans are effectively calling the tag team of Bandito and Brody King, Brodito.
Brodito, yeah,
Brodito, that's good.
Brodito.
And you have Brody King and Bandito like working with each other in this match and everything. And there was a tease here that got the crowd roaring, and that was Kota Ibushi staring down Takeshita. And I'm like, yes, absolutely.
Inject it like, in my. I can't do the hand motion because we're on YouTube, but put it in my veins.
Yeah, it's like the moment those two stared each other down, like the crowd like realized it and just like erupted. And I'm like, oh, this is a match. This has to be a match down the line.
It has to be. You can't waste something like that.
A lot in this match. When we get to these multi-man matches, it is just a lot of chaos.
It's really hard to take notes for these matches.
It is, and I tried to like point out like some of the spots that got me. It was them chucking Ricochet into the fucking knee on the turnbuckle.
Yeah, Alexander and Takeshita in the turnbuckle.
Yeah, like they just threw Ricochet into fucking Takeshita's avalanche knee. Like it was just so good. The Guns returned to help Juice Robinson. So we got the whole Bang Bang Gang showing back up, and now we're just waiting for Jay White. And kind of hope we can get to Jay White being rebuilt into world champion material. I think him and Hangman could be great. Because the match they had last time, Jay White had Hangman's number. Like he knew everything Hangman was about to do. They had a really good like mind game going on with him and Hangman the last time they wrestled.
I noticed.
Good. Go ahead.
I noticed during the matches that they cut to a weird angle where you just see Taz's like side profile while the matches are going on, and like that
get off camera, Taz.
Stop putting yourself over, Taz.
Another thing that has been built up on TV that has finally, I think, started becoming into a thing is that we had Toa Leona and Bishop Khan coming to the aid of Ricochet and helping him out in this Casino Gauntlet. So the faction between those three might actually finally be here, which is really cool to see. I like Gates of Agony. Yeah, I like Gates of Agony. They've kind of been relegated to Ring of Honor lately, but if they can be back on, AEW, that's cool for them. I think them with Ricochet is a cool team. And yeah, it's just there's the moment of Roger Strong and Morthos. Beast, Morthos, my boy, and then Morthos just fucking headbutts Roderick Strong. It's just
there's the spot where Mystico is doing La Mystica, and then with the other armbar, what's his name gets on?
Mark Briscoe.
Yeah, Mark Briscoe gets on, does the other armbar.
Oh yeah, they both have MJF and the shared like submission hold.
Yeah.
Mystico also tries to dive off the top and slips off the ropes and has to climb back up to do the spot. Classic Mystico.
Classic. Welcome back, Kyle. We missed you.
Something cool that happened after this, before we get to the winner, when Max Caster comes out, it leads to Anthony Bowens being taken out too outside of the ring. And then there was a promo done later in the night of Anthony Bowen kind of like crashing out on an interview.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it's like he's trying to be this baby face, but there's like this arrogance that's now showing in his characters, saying like he's the best, he can do this and everything. While you have Max Caster, who's supposed to be the heel, becoming this lovable baby face for comedy each week. So we're kind of getting this like dynamic shift between the two of them, and I'm like, let's see it. Let's see where this goes. I like Anthony Bowen crashing out into heel, like
could be good, might be good.
So. Comes down to the people in the ring. We have Roderick Strong and Mark Briscoe. Briscoe hits a J Driller on Roderick Strong. MJF sneaks in, throws Briscoe out, and pins Roderick Strong. A really cool choice for the pinning, considering the Devil storyline that had happened, having MJF pin Roderick Strong to win it. The same night that, Adam Cole will come out and talk about, what's going on with him after this. But MJF is now the number one contender for the world title, which means we're getting part 2 of him and Hangman and their little feud from a few months back. And I'm kind of excited for it.
Another Anthony Bowen's note is when he came out and like started like beating people up in the ring, his moveset is updated.
His moveset has been updated, and he was kind of like going off on everybody too, which was really cool to see.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of storylines being weaved together in this match, and it was just really cool to see. And all of these guys put on a great performance. So.
Yeah. Normally, casino gauntlet matches are really messy and convoluted at times, but I thought this was great. They had the right amount. They had the right people in this match. I liked how the stories interweaved together, and they were great. MJF would make a definitive first opponent, for Hangman. And I really do think that, that's the right choice to go for right now.
Yep. Yes.
Especially now with him being with the Hurt Business, I'm guessing that might lead to something later on between them two.
I think it's either going to be the breakdown of MJF and the Hurt Syndicate, or it's going to be Hangman putting together the Hangman Vengers. His allies, and it's like him, Ospreay, Swerve against Hurt Syndicate.
Some people calling them the Trinity now of AEW.
They are the top 3 baby faces. They're the big 3. Mm-hmm. It's like we keep throwing our anime things like they are the Luffy, Sanji, Zoro of fucking AEW right now.
Naruto, Sasuke, and Kakashi.
Whatever anime thing you guys want to use.
Yeah.
But yeah, MJF winning it, a great choice. Great build to wherever they want this title match to happen. He has a year, so they don't have to jump into it immediately. It could be, a drawn out thing of him trying to wait till Hangman's at his weakest to try to go for it. I don't think they're just going to throw MJF in for like an all-in match, in August. So probably a little bit bigger of a build for that. Great match and everything, and then we kind of hit a somber note heading into this next match, and you can hear it during this match too. So the TNT title has been vacated. There was, I believe, on Collision or Dynamite, a bad spot with Adam Cole and Kyle Fletcher where he powerbombed him onto the apron, but completely missed, and Adam Cole struck the back of his head on the corner of the ring. It was reported that Adam Cole wasn't feeling well the morning of All Out. I guess getting checked out, he is dealing with a concussion. The way that he talked about it, though, implies that it could be career ending, which is not, great to hear. So we're hoping that, he can make a full recovery and all that.
Yep.
He comes out with Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, talks about it, vacates the title, and there's just no pop for anybody coming out here. We get Daniel Garcia first with Daddy Magic. Daniel Garcia kind of gives him some words at the top of the ramp. Guevara comes out to no pop. Even Dustin Rhodes comes out to almost no pop. Like just the mood here is kind of soured.
You could hear a pin drop.
Yeah, it's just it wasn't like a great beginning of this, but the crowd does get back into it. The mood lightens up as this match goes on. These guys put on a great fucking 4-way.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that just kind of take the wind out of the sails of a crowd. Adam Cole's a very beloved figure in AEW.
Yeah.
He's beloved by the crowd of the boys in the back. He's beloved by the fans, and this is just
one thing after another.
Unfortunate. It's one thing after another. It's just unfortunate for Adam Cole to having to deal with this. I hope he makes a speedy recovery. I hope this is not the end of Adam Cole as a professional wrestler, but if it is, he's had a fantastic career. My hat's off to him.
There has been a handful of wrestling injuries in both companies, actually. Like Seth tweaked himself at Saturday night's main event.
The report coming out of that is that he was dealing with an injury already. It got exacerbated during this match, and they decided to call the angle of him being injured. He was already working with it.
There was actually a really funny LA Knight promo after where he's like, "Hey man, I hope you get well soon because I want to beat the brakes off you. I want to beat your ass. I don't want you to hurt yourself." That was funny as hell. Like, I'll give you that one, LA Knight.
They're not stripping Seth of the Money in the Bank briefcase though, since he has it for a year. So I'm thinking that they know that it probably won't take a year recovery.
Well, they would strip it of him anyway. I don't think there's no precedent for that.
Yeah, I think there really isn't. But from what I heard, what I read online earlier, it says it's going to be about 4 to 5 months. So I don't think it's as serious as what I initially thought. But I don't know. Even if it is that long, I think Seth will be back just in time to cash that in somewhere.
Seth's knees are begging him to stop.
Like, no shit, man.
It's like.
I hope. Well, it's a good thing for Adam that it isn't for Adam specifically that he didn't just come off the apron and his ankle shatters like a Mortal Kombat X-ray.
It's 2 freak accidents though that have dismantled this guy's career over the last
concussions
year and a half.
Concussions aren't necessarily freak accidents. That's something that happens.
It was a very rough spot that he took.
Yeah, a freak accident is coming down from the apron and then your ankle shattering.
Yeah, and I'm not going to blame Fletcher for it too. Just given the angle of holding somebody in a power bomb, you don't have a good field of view. And I'm guessing he just thought he was closer than he was.
Yeah,
I mean, accidents happen.
That happens. Yeah, no, I don't think anyone's blaming anybody. I think it's just like shit happens. Just got to work with it now.
So this match, we have Daniel Garcia versus Dustin Rhodes versus Sammy Guevara versus Kyle Fletcher for the now vacated TNT title. One of the little side plots in this is Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara being tag team partners and tag team champions. And it kind of breaks down at the end, where they start thinking they're sabotaging each other. So that's cool. I think one of my favorite moments at this was earlier in the match. They have both people in figure 4 leg locks, which get reversed into Daniel Garcia and Kyle Fletcher taking the submission. And Kyle Fletcher slapping each other. And they start slapping each other, and you hear on the camera Daniel Garcia go, "You're a pussy, don't tap." It's like as he's slapping Kyle Fletcher, it's just really funny. So it's just a really good 4-way. Again, multi-man match, not really a lot going on. Everybody's kind of getting their stuff in. We get a nice little setup of Fletcher in the corner where everybody hits a Shattered Dreams on Kyle Fletcher, which is really funny. And surprisingly enough, Dustin Rhodes picks up the win, earning his first title in AEW because he's been Ring of Honor champions, but this is his first title in AEW. The same title that his brother Cody won, when AEW first started.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a nice little full circle moment. And then we get his sons and the Von Erichs coming out to celebrate with him, in Texas. So it's a nice big feel good moment. And the crowd loved it too.
Yeah, this was a nice little surprise, honestly. It was.
If this is the final stretch of Dustin's career, having him be I'm opening challenges and just getting, wrestlers to come through to challenge him until somebody beats him, I think would be a great way for him to go out.
We've been saying Dustin's on the way out since
Dustin's going to outlive us.
Since let's be honest, since the 2010s. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's still here, man. So the dude's in great shape for his age though.
Yeah. He's not like Billy Gunn in good shape, but he's in pretty good shape.
Yeah,
he has the cardio.
Yeah, yep.
But this man's hitting Canadian destroyers. This match, it's like,
all right, I want to be that guy for a second. Canadian destroyers are on the person taking the move, not on the person giving the move.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yes, that is mildly impressive that he can make the other guy take a bump.
This match made my back hurt though, because we have Garcia hitting Guevara multiple times with avalanche suplexes, and I'm sitting here like, my back, I can feel this shit. Because he does it from 3 different turnbuckles. Like,
and then like earlier on, he hits like a Spanish fly on Sammy Guevara to like the outside of the ring.
Yeah, just the outside. Like, Sammy I know his back sending it.
I know he just has like 2 full bottles of Tylenol in his bag for this.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's called being in your, late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
But you start feeling it well into your 30s. Take it from somebody who knows.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So yeah, this match kind of brought the crowd back into it. Dustin Rhodes gets a big emotional win. He's emotional too, looking at the title. It's very, very wholesome. Crowd is, the whole Adam Cole promo, the crowd is getting back into it. They're like, we still have a whole show to go through. Let's, bring up the energy again. And boy, did the energy come back.
Oh, yeah.
At this point, this next match was my favorite card so far until the main event.
Will Ospreay comes out like a fucking weeb.
Somebody posted on Twitter, just, does this man play any other video games?
No. That's the thing. Everything is Assassin's Creed.
This man played the original Assassin's Creed and made it his entire personality.
This was the big AEW sponsor branded Assassin's Creed Shadows tie-in that they do every show. They do the big tie-in for whatever's going on.
Will brought his whole Assassin's dojo with him. Like, this dude.
He did. And then when Swerve comes out, we have JoJo singing his Indies theme, which was really cool to see. Then they're also in matching gear, the kind of white gold, so they're looking like a real tag team. And then the Bucks just being so goddamn extra in like the best way.
They're like, the good side of wrestling fuckery.
It really is.
This is like BTE levels of cringe that they do, but it's good.
They come down looking like the founding fathers, hop off stage, and then come out in a fucking boat like they're crossing the Delaware. And it's just, it made me laugh. It did.
Excalibur had like a 10 out of 10 line like here. Because he said, you've heard of Washington crossing the Delaware. Now you're witnessing the Jacksons crossing first base. And God, I was like, that was awesome. That was a 10 out of 10 line. I got a good laugh out of that.
Yeah, it's just, it made me laugh. It was so dumb. And I'm just like, God, I want these guys to lose so badly. It's just that moment of like, it's like, God, I love them. Please lose.
The Bucks just have good stupidity to them. Like, we know it's dumb as shit, but it's just so fucking funny.
I think somebody pointed out. Describe it. I think somebody pointed out when it comes to like the big tag team matches, this one included. The people are always like, "Oh, the Bucks are always going to book themselves to win." It's like, no, the Bucks have lost their 4 last big feud matches. Like they lost against Lucha Bros, they lost against FTR, and they lost against what was it, Hangman and Kenny?
Yeah.
So it's like they don't win often. Like they went on like the shows.
They're like taking the Cody Rhodes notes of like are booked to appear on the show, and every now and again they get a W or hold back somebody, but they don't actually like move forward in that regard.
Yeah.
Stakes for this match was if the Bucks lose, they drop their EVP status. If Ospreay and Swerve lose, they cannot challenge for the world title for a year.
Yeah. As I'm watching this match, the thought crosses my mind, Are Swerve and Ospreay the equivalent in terms of popularity to what the Mega Powers were in the 80s and 90s?
No.
Not necessarily.
Not. I see where you're going, but not even a little bit.
Yeah. Like the way I saw it was like just the two like biggest baby faces like finally teaming up like this.
Sure. That just the there's levels to this, man, and I don't. It's fuck Hulk Hogan, right? But
yeah, it's fuck Hogan all the time.
The level of like crowd reaction that they had in the 80s, they had people by the balls.
Yeah, they absolutely. It was like it's two completely different eras of wrestling.
It's Hulk and Macho were like the two biggest superstars of the 1980s in WWE. Okay, like they could not go anywhere without being recognized. All right. You put two of them together, you just get like they were just like the most popular tag team of that era.
Yep.
You know, and
they have their classic handshake
when they split up.
The handshake. Yeah, just where it's like, hey, we're a team, but it's like neither feels like they want to handshake the other person.
So yeah, there are levels to this. Like, I don't think I wouldn't equate Swerve and Ospreay to that, but they are two generational talents, and they are popular for this era. And it's like these guys, they were the two best professional wrestlers on the planet last year, you know, and that's kind of carrying over into this year.
Yeah. So, as you would expect from this kind of match, this match is insane. Chaos. The Bucks kind of keep control for a little while of it. They're hitting Ospreay while he's kneeling and he's getting pissed. And even the Jackson brother is just like, oh, are you getting mad? It just keeps like fucking with him. Like just continually being just like a chicken shit heel.
Then they have this really crazy sequence of like super kicks and strikes and stuff. And the crowd was just dead into that. And then the Bucks hit like a double Canadian destroyer.
Which was then followed up with the house call and the hidden blade. And then all four guys just laying in the ring. And just a really good sequence. There was the double styles clash later in the match where then Ospreay and Swerve sat back to back, like pinning the Bucks, which I thought was just unintentional maybe, but just a really cool visual.
There's like one part where they hit like both Swerve and Ospreay hit double sky twister presses while Swerve was going to the outside.
Yeah, that was another one. There was the mega heat. They super kick Nana. The crowd just goes crazy with boos.
How absolutely dare.
How dare they?
Y'all don't do that shit to Nana.
There was the
later on.
Swerve went up to the top. He hit the stomp into Ospreay's Stormbreaker, but the other Buck was able to break up the pinfall. A lot of close pins in the middle of this match as we start building to this crescendo. There's the moment of Ospreay wiping out Swerve with a hidden blade, which I was like, oh fuck, they're actually gonna go over Ospreay and Swerve, aren't they? They're gonna make us wait for Hangman Swerve again.
Yeah, but then
at some point,
and then during the match, and like towards the end of this match, you know, the Bucks start like super kicking the hell out of Ospreay, and then Swerve just kind of comes over and starts to take bullets for Ospreay.
He takes the bullets for Ospreay while he's on the ropes. And what's crazy is just these guys' timing as wrestlers, because they finished this match with a combo hidden blade house call, which visually looks sick. And I think it doesn't work if these guys are off timing. And Swerve and Ospreay fucking nail it.
It's interesting that as somebody who primarily watches WWE stuff, it's very interesting that, you know, whenever one of the Bucks hits one of the others with like a super kick, and you know that happens all the time, so they're kind of like whatever about it. But when Ospreay accidentally hits Swerve with the hidden blade, that they didn't really like talk about it.
Yeah, it's just like the match kind of kept going on.
Yeah.
Well, there was a moment like where Swerve was laying there talking to Nana, and I think Nana might have been like, it was accidental, but they didn't like put any camera near them to like indicate anything. It's just kind of like, oh shit, Ospreay hit me. All right, let's finish the match. So
it's not a bad thing. It's just interesting.
It was interesting, like they didn't focus on it. Like I think they were like, it's just an accidental thing, but there's not going to be any repercussion during the match about it.
And besides, they won, so it's like it's pretty much a non-factor at that point because they got what they wanted.
And the roster updated to show Swerve and Ospreay with EVP title above them now. And I was like, I don't think anybody told the production design that they're not getting the EVP power. They're just taking it away from the Bucks. It's like
that was done in error, but I thought that was funny still.
It was just really funny.
Because Swerve mentioned this in the promo and said, I don't want Will having that kind of power because I don't know what he's going to do with it.
And even Swerve, like, when it was out, like, the promo, he was like, sometimes my mouth gets me in trouble. Like, this is by far my
Danielson
favorite.
Was the EVP now.
I would like it too. Like,
so would I.
It would just be like two kids in a candy store just like going crazy, I think. Like, just make almost like a comedy act between the two of them. Where you have like Ospreay being like this excited like little kid and Swerve trying to rein him in. It's like
the old buddy cop films with Swerve and Ospreay.
Swerve Strickland and his crazy white boy. It's like this is by far my favorite match on the card so far into the night. And then this next match almost took it away. Like, these women showed out in this casino match.
Women all weekend were just cooking this weekend.
Shout out to all the women wrestlers. For
the
this
women
weekend.
wrestlers this weekend.
Beautiful, y'all killed it.
Perfection.
10 stars. Y'all get 10 out of 10s, all of you.
A wild roster of women in this contenders match also. So we're just going to start it off. We have two powerhouses. They're putting Chris Statlander against Megan Bain in the first two. And I'm like, more of this, please. Just more of this. We add more muscle with Willow being the third one out. And I'm like, just keep it coming. Just keep it. Give me the powerhouses. Then we get Tamello. Then we get Tekla, who the crowd is behind her 100%. Heel or face, like the crowd loves her.
Oh, she's one of my favorites right now.
Then we get Julia Hart coming out with Sky Blue announce team, calling them the Sisters of Sin, which I guess is their new team name.
I
like it too.
I dig it.
I like how they're still together as a team. Queen Amanita getting a huge pop. Continuing her feud with Tekla in this match. They've had like a mini feud going, which has been red hot.
Oh no, I really do think Queen Aminata has gone up a few notches in the last several weeks. I think it's time for her to start, putting her somewhere on the AEW roster.
She had a really wicked looking boot on Tekla in this match where it just like passed.
Oh,
it's like
with their feud recently, it's on site between the two of them.
Like Queen Aminata and Tekla are just good for each other. I don't know what it is that just makes it work with these two, but every time it's just good violence between them two. They are on site. And they just beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah. The new Ring of Honor TV women's TV champion, Mina Shirakawa, coming out without the belt, not even being mentioned. So, not sure what the production department's doing on that one.
Julia Hart looks like one of those raver, one of those
kids from the video.
But the
cyber rave kids. She's looking like a 2000s like Hot Topic girl, and I dig it. She went from cheerleader to goth, and now she's entering her punk phase.
Good for her.
Athena shows up, crowd erupts. Athena finally getting to the main roster at some point is eminent, and I think she's putting everybody on notice here.
Then we get on the main roster, honestly.
The feud continues, as most of these matches do, where we get Thunder Rosa coming in straight for Athena based on their Ring of Honor match the night before. Then Shuri arriving as a nice little like wild card in this match. And then the big debut of Alex Windsor showing up in this, which, unless my information was wrong, that is Ospreay's wife, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is Ospreay's wife. They gave her and Shuri a good amount of time.
Oh, her and Shuri beat the shit out of each other.
They beat the hell out of each other.
Not the Nepo hire.
It is the. I mean, it'd be nice to have them traveling together as a family with a kid and all that. Like,
I'm just talking shit. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, it's like not a Nepo hire as we're like looking at WWE. It's just like,
yeah, they do it too, and I call it out too.
I just want to say, Aleister Black showed back up to WWE and got rolled up in by Ron Killing, and I'm like, welcome back, Aleister. It's like, I mean, granted, Ron Killing is like red hot right now, but he's back to being R-Truth, I think, which means WWE doesn't give a shit.
About 2 minutes, bro.
So
2 minutes.
But it's just like a roll up. It's like,
yep,
nice.
2 minutes.
This match is chaos because it's not just stuff in the ring. We have Penelope Ford getting involved on the outside. She arrived with Megan Bayne. They are kind of a tag team right now. Harley Cameron shows back up after her nose injury with a bunny mask to chase out Penelope Ford alongside Anna Jay, who came out with Tay Mello. And this is just showing they have a huge roster of women's tag teams that they could do something with.
Which is why it's surprising they haven't announced the women's tag team belts yet, because I'm pretty sure that's coming.
Tony Khan's, I think it said like they're sitting ready to go. They're just finding a time to announce it.
The time should be right now. I mean, you just came off your biggest pay-per-view of the year. You're about to go into All Out in like September. I think now's a good time. Announce the women's tag team titles.
Yeah,
they got a deep enough roster.
They do. It's just
doing the push their heads into her ass thing.
That was also while they were doing Julia and Tekla were doing two like Tarantula. Yeah. And I was just nice. But after all the women outside of the ring were chased out to the back, Sky Blue is still out there, and Sky Blue is just injecting herself into this match to help Julia at any point. All the women are outside. Tekla goes flying off with a loud "fuck you," and the commentary tries to play it off really hard. It's like they're trying to be like, it's like, what'd you say? I think she said "for you, Tony." It's like they're trying just really hard, but it's very audible. Like she like yelled it. It's just
Tekla. She just does not give a shit, bro. She really does not.
She's very fun. I love it.
I love her. She is fun.
It's just more and more chaos. Like these women are just destroying each other in this ring. I think my neighbor just fell over in a room. I heard it through my wall. It's like hell? I'm sitting here, I hear something crash, and it's just like, the fuck was that? It's like, so this match, it's just everybody. There's bodies everywhere. There's brawling everywhere. It comes into Mina and Thunder Rosa duking out in the ring. Mina sneaks in and hits an O-face on Mina Shirakawa to pin her, and is now the #1 contender for Toni Storm's World Championship, which also, spoiler, Toni Storm retains. But in my veins, all of it. Like,
it's about time.
We could have had this in WWE at any point.
At any point. And it just shows like they had no idea the talent they fucking had at all. And it's almost criminal, like the lack of awareness.
It's why I'm kind of concerned with them right now, because they do have a really, really deep women's roster over there. And AEW has a really, really deep women's roster here. They're both equally as good, I think, now. And the way that all of these women this weekend just went out there and just, they need to be a heavy focus more.
Yeah.
They really do. And
this match was so close to taking my favorite. Like, I think if I had tied, this would be tied with the Ospreay one for me. This match was just that good. Like,
I liked it a lot better than the men's Casino Gauntlet, because as good as that match was, it was kind of straightforward. This match was chaotic as hell, and I'm like, this women's gauntlet was better.
Like the super.
Yeah, I think it's just like it just comes down to any pay-per-view at this point. The women's multi-women matches are always better than the men's multi-women matches for us. Like, we can watch WWE. Watch WWE and it's like the women stole the fucking show. We watch this, the women stole the fucking show. It's like, it's just, I don't know if it's just like a better sense of camaraderie on the roster than the men. I think the men just kind of do their feuds and stuff like that. I think these women actually like each other and hang out and actually, I don't know.
Oh no, like, they all have a point to prove. And they're wrestling like
it's also like it's just proving a point, like we can do this shit just as good. And sometimes better. Like
two really better. Like two of the best matches this weekend were both championship matches from both companies. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. And I think this next match that's coming up here in a little bit, later on, Toni Storm and Mercedes. They were the two best matches of the whole weekend. And this is why I say that, women's wrestling has ascended to another level. And I think people, kind of downplay it a little too much. Yeah, it deserves its flowers.
So these women matches on the show, we get their two very high points. We get this nice little intermission between the two of them, which this match does its job as a match and also does its job setting up, I think, what is to come at All In or All Out. We have the Hurt Syndicate versus the Patriarchy versus Jet Speed for the AEW World Tag Team titles. Jet Speed, for those who haven't been watching, it's Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight, two of the, I guess, hottest signings that they've had in recent years, just thrown into a tag team. These guys are very popular as individuals, so just why not give them screen time in a tag team feud?
Mike Bailey wearing the Speed Racer outfit.
That was
dope. It's just so funny. It reminds me, I saw the fake headline. It's Mike Bailey reportedly has heat backstage at AEW for annoying his coworkers to play Baltaro. It's like I was just like, I remember seeing that headline and I'm like, you know what? I fully believe that. I fully believe somebody telling him just
Shelton Benjamin would be in on that.
I just imagine people telling Mike Bailey, shut the fuck up about the card game. It's like,
well, you don't understand my run. It was so good. The Hurt Syndicate wearing Dallas Cowboys colors.
I put that in my notes. I was like, as somebody who's named after the Cowboys, in all lore honesty, it's just like, are these cowboy coded? It's like, that was my.
As a Cowboys fan, I fuck with it.
As a Texan, yeah.
And coming out also at the beginning of this, the thought crossed my mind that just the Patriarchy is like the perfect generic heel faction. Like, they don't have to do anything different. Just like put them in feuds with like new baby faces and it works. Like, they are just like the perfect generic heel like group that I think the company has.
Where the fuck is Luchasaurus?
I think he's still dealing with his illness.
No, that he has recovered from he's recovered from that and he's been, ready to come back and everything. But it's like the same question of like, where's Jungle Boy? Like,
that's a better question. Because I've not seen Jack Perry since he lost the TNT Championship.
Yeah, it's just like, but they haven't been released either. So it's just kind of like, are they just waiting for a time to bring them in again? Because that seems to be what happened. Like, hey, Juice Robinson's back, and since Juice is back, the Guns are back. It's like, I think they're trying to just keep things together rather than try to manage, factions now that are being splintered into smaller groups. Like, all right, where do we fit them now with the other person gone?
Nothing against Nick Wayne or anything. I just like the big and the veteran tag team was like just really effective for me. It did it for me.
Yeah, but also now we get, because of what happens in this match, now hopefully we get Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian being like little brother, older brother, like tag team energy. But I would love to see Luchasaurus or Kill Switch, whatever he's going by, and Jack Perry back sometime soon. Especially Jack Perry. He's a good shit heel. Like, he is.
Bring him back as Jurassic Express, but it has heels. I would dig that.
So this match again is just basically to showcase the Hurt Syndicate throwing people around. And they throw people around. They throw people out of the fucking ring. It's like
they throw people into shit. They throw people out of the ring. They were just tossing everybody around because they know they can do that.
There was a sign that said "throw here."
I saw that.
This is also a match that really showcases jet speed to the crowd.
Yes.
It's not like the Hurt Syndicate Outrunners match where it's like mostly one-sided. Everybody kind of gets a little bit of action in this match. Nick Wayne does get thrown around a lot, given his size compared to the other two teams. Hurt Syndicate wins, which is no surprise. I think they're building them up for a big, title match where they finally drop the titles, which I think is where this leads. Because at the end of the match, Nick Wayne, very reasonable crash out, attacks Christian. Finally, I popped, I cheered. It was about time. And they're about to concerto him, where we get the return of Adam Copeland, who in terms of story, it's so funny because it's like he's coming back to save Christian, but as Christian's like about to get concerto, Copeland is like on stage, like cheering and like doing his whole entrance, and I'm like, your friend's getting his ass kicked in the ring, buddy.
It's the Sailor Moon transformation thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it's like, no, because the thing was, it's like your boy is about to get his neck broken by Nick Wayne.
And the man's soaking in his cheers.
It's just like he's like getting his emote in while his pyro's going off, and I'm like, are you gonna hurry up with this? Because
so he comes in.
I like how Christian was like flopping around like a fish when he got like unprettied.
Yeah,
and he just I just made this joke with Penta a couple weeks ago because he did the exact same thing with that John Cena CM Punk match where he's supposed to go down there and like fight, Seth Rollins faction, and he has to get his little strut in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Gotta get a little strut in before he goes to fight.
It's like when you're playing Fortnite and you hit the emote by accident. It's like
I need to hit that shit on purpose.
I need everybody to stop doing this. It's fucking hilarious, but it's stupid at the same time.
So this leads to Copeland coming down, clearing the ring to save Christian. He didn't completely let him off the hook. He told him to go find himself, and I saw a call back to the "go fuck yourself" line. And I think now we're going to see Christian's journey to try to right some wrongs. Maybe this is where Jack Perry comes back, stuff like that, and probably trying to, I guess, make amends before him and Copeland, I guess, go for one more title run, or at least an attempt. I could see it being their final match as a tag team. This is probably where, Copeland or Christian probably finally retires or something, because I know Copeland's been talking about it. Christian's kind of wanted his final match to be with Edge. So we might be seeing that build to these guys finally, calling it quits.
Yeah, this is definitely the home stretch for them too. But a match I think with the Hurt Syndicate would be a really good final match for them too.
Just give them a short run as tag champions. Just give them a nice little send off. They did it really well with Sting. These legends have been able to come here and leave on their own terms how they want to. It's been very good to see. And this is all, with Christian or with Adam Copeland being told he, wouldn't wrestle again because of his injuries and stuff like that. So
I had a handful of those in wrestling over the last few years too.
Yeah. So really, really just a little intermission tag match. Builds up Hurt Syndicate more. And builds up a new storyline. Women's World Championship match. These two can wrestle each other.
I want to note how Mercedes comes out with the cheerleaders, and then you look at and then I think the camera guy steps on her cape accidentally as she's coming out.
Cool thing about her cape too, all the names of everybody she's beaten. That's becoming TBS champion. Just a really cool, heel thing to do. It's just like, here's everybody I've beaten.
And then all the cheerleaders had each one of her belts that she had on.
Yeah.
So that was a good detail right there.
There was a thing said at the beginning of this that made me say, "Oh, fuck off," and that was the first of our triple main event. I was just like,
"That's not a thing."
Stand it.
They were just like, the first match of our triple main event. I'm sitting here in my chair and I'm like, "Fuck off!" Like,
to piggyback off of that, they do that a lot in other sports also, especially boxing. It was like, we got this double main event coming up. It's like, no. There's one main event. It's the last match of the show. I'm glad they're putting some kind of importance on this, but no, this is not a triple main event.
Welcome to one of our marquee matches. Like,
it's a marquee yeah.
This is a match we put a lot of importance on. It's not a main event.
Yes.
It's the last match of the show that's been the main event. So, yeah.
It's just like, it audibly made me like, fuck off. Like,
I know, right?
I was like, we're tired of the double and now you're just adding a triple. When's the whole card going to be the main event? Like, this is the escalation we're getting to. Tony comes out as extra as she usually is. This crowd is hot for this, and this match isn't crazy, but it just shows like these women have great chemistry with each other, and we keep saying it, like, if Mercedes and her opponents like want to wrestle, they will fucking wrestle.
Mm-hmm. Will tear it up, and this is one of those people who, Tony, as much as I think there's a little too much character, there's such thing as like too much character, right? And I think Tony is very close to like teetering over too much character.
The overacting is just funny though at this point.
It is funny. It is funny.
But the thing I judge Tony on is when she does the serious moments.
Yes.
The serious moments are just fantastic, and she knocks it out of the park.
Well, so the point I was getting to with that was that Tony's been wrestling for a very long time, so she can work with any kind of opponent. She was an indie darling, right, when WWE found her.
She was like
Stardom for a while.
Women's world title. She was in Stardom. She's been everywhere.
Yeah. So she if there's someone who can work with the person who can't work with anybody unless they want to, it's Toni Storm.
Yeah, and like I said, when Mercedes locks in, with her opponent, she locks in.
Yes.
Like, there was a funny moment too where Mercedes is like sitting on the ropes to like offer her a way in, and Tony just lays down and rolls into the ring.
That was so Orange Cassidy coded.
Yeah, it's like there's the Orange Cassidy energy I've been missing.
Yeah.
But there's just like surprisingly a lot of submission wrestling in this match too. Stuff on the outside. We have Luther kind of getting involved, like mocking Mercedes at times with like the Karate Kid pose, and then he puts Tony on his shoulders as they like yeet Mercedes off the apron, which is just really fun. I love seeing Luther get involved. There are multiple times where I'm just like, okay, that's kind of dumb. And that was after Mercedes eats triple Storm Zeros and still kicks out.
Yeah,
and it's like, it's not even like over the course. It's like back to back to back. And then it's like kick out. And I'm like, okay, like, come on now.
They started going a little overboard with that. And I was like, I can't, I was like, I can't do that. Yeah. I don't like that.
Tony's nose gets busted on the Moneymaker. You can see his face kind of bloodied at the point. And then she just decides to just hit an Avalanche Storm Zero, which looked wild. And that is what gets Toni Storm the win. And
Mercedes sold the hell out of that.
She did. Not a crazy match.
A great match.
Not an overly long match, not an overly spot-filled match, but these women performed great, and I feel like the correct winner won. Like Mercedes might have all these belts, but Toni has been champion for a reason. She went to war with Mariah May, and all these other opponents. Like,
and it makes for a great story about the one title that managed to elude Mercedes Moné. And it's because it's been around the waist of quite possibly one of the best women's champions TNT has had with Toni Storm. She's been champion for a while, and she's been in these big moments. And I think that's going to kickstart the story of like the downfall of Mercedes.
I think the crash out's coming. Like, I think it's the crash out arc of Mercedes Moné finally getting here, maybe losing like some of her indie belts, over time. But
and then
it leads to
back up.
it leads to Athena Tony as a possibility, and I need that shit.
I need that like right. I need that like yesterday. Honestly,
I need that shit.
Hurry up and do this
on a pay-per-view.
Because again, I need Athena on the AEW main roster. I understand she's the Ring of Honor World Champion. She's been there for 2 years, and she loves it there. But I think she would just be better utilized on the main roster right now because she is.
It'd be cool too. It'd be cool if Amanita isn't on the main roster for AEW, but is staying in Ring of Honor, and you can have Athena drop it to Amanita, who I think is deserving of maybe a title run to see if she's that caliber, because her improvement has been crazy.
Oh yeah,
I think the test of, hey, can you be a champion, and all this stuff, like I think
can you be the face of a company?
Can you be the face of a company? And then if you can,
that's really what this is.
Yeah, if we're going to give you the test, we're going to give you the title. Can you be the face of the company? And if you can, you'll drop the title down the line. We'll move you to the main roster, get you into the bigger picture.
But you know what, though? I kind of want Athena to hold both AEW Ring of Honor's titles just for a small portion of time.
Yeah, just make her unstoppable.
It's like make her unstoppable, then have Aminata beat her.
It's either or, but it's just like Toni Storm and Athena, and I'm like, I don't care. You want to give it to me in August? I'll take it, just as soon as possible. It's like,
yes. And I'm thinking all out. Right there would be perfect.
I mean, maybe World's End could be a good pay-per-view to end Toni Storm's reign on the kind of the end of the year reset that they do. Who knows? Like, if Toni holds it, I mean, they have a year to cash it in, so for their title shot, so it could be any time. A match we all knew would be good. I didn't know it would be this good without being this crazy. These guys have put together a match that wasn't over the top, but the in-ring storytelling and psychology and everything, I think, made this match way better than what people were expecting. People were expecting the New Japan, Omega, Okada matches. But no, this took its time, surprisingly. This is for...
featuring Jason Charles Miller.
Jason Charles Miller singing the OK Omega's theme song, which was crazy. This is for the AEW Unified Championship, which is the combined Continental and International title. It is not a new title. It is carrying the lineage of both titles. And depending on, I guess, because they're still doing the Continental Classic and just like that, this is just for whoever holds both of the titles.
Yeah.
So the titles themselves still exist. This is just to stop Okada from needing two. So simple.
Fair enough.
The story of this match is just Okada focusing on Kenny's stomach.
Yes.
And it is a good in-ring storytelling. The match is played out around that. Everything is kind of focused on that. Like, Kenny honestly is not at 100%, but he is still trying. And these guys, they're just so good.
Like, if Kenny is this good, not at 100%, just imagine Kenny Omega at 100%.
Kenny is physically an incomplete human being, and he's still better than most wrestlers in the world.
It's not even a joke at this point how good this man is, and he's hurt. It's like I'm mad impressed. Like, I don't have any words to describe this.
I want to know what his doctor told him. It's like, hey, buddy, you're missing part of your intestine. Take it easy. And Kenny Omega's like, not going to do that.
No.
it's like I'm not.
No.
You think you just like told him before? It's like, hey, if you're gonna like stitch it up, can you like double up, maybe triple up on the stitches? I'm gonna need them. It's like the doc's just like, Kenny, I guess just have at it. It's like, yeah, and I mean, people, like I said, I think people were expecting this to be like some crazy New Japan match like they used to have, but no, this was a just very, very classic style wrestling match with a simple in-ring story. And we get a little bit of interference. Don Callis is there. He gets involved. Rocky Romero shows up, but we have Kota Ibushi out there with Kenny Omega, so he handles Rocky Romero. Kenny eventually hits a one-winged angel, which nobody has kicked out of in AEW. And the ref gets pulled out by Don Callis. I thought a really smooth way of protecting the move without going to the finish. People were saying Okada should kick out, and I'm like, I don't think he should. I think this move should stay protected. Like,
I think I want to say someone has kicked out of it lately.
Not in AEW. Because I think during the Ospreay match, he wasn't letting him hit it.
Gotcha.
I think in New Japan, people have kicked. I think in New Japan, maybe one or two people have kicked out, but I don't think in AEW, the one-winged angel has been kicked out of. So, but people were like, you should just let Okada kick out. And I'm like, no, you should actually just protect the fuck out of that move. Like, wrestlers should say, no, my move is protected. Like, so the ref gets pulled out. There's more of a back and forth, and Okada eventually hits the Rainmaker and pins Kenny Omega, putting their record now at 2-2, which has wonderful storyline implications. Because it means that somewhere down the line, we'll get number 5.
A best of 5.
It's like a horror movie sequel. It's just like, we're going to keep adding sequels until you're satisfied. It's like, keep them coming. There was a funny moment at the end of this match. Okada's going up the ramp to celebrate, and you see the production crew carrying out to the barbed wire table. And I was like,
yeah, I saw that.
somebody's going through that in the main event. That's being brought out.
It's probably Mox.
But then I forgot that it was actually a Texas death match, and I'm like, oh, they're actually just prepping for the carnage. It's like, I completely forgot it was a Texas death match for the main event.
My favorite part about this match was that not the Texas Death match. My favorite part about this match is that, Don Callis like interfered, but that didn't actually make the match end. Like, a lot of people when they do interferences, it's like, oh, it's to make the match end right there. Like, do some interference. But no, Okada hit his finisher, won the match 5 minutes later. Yeah,
it was just to stop Kenny from pinning Okada, who, with the history of the One-Winged Angel, would not have kicked out. So it's nice to like, I'm protecting my guy, and
I'm protecting my guy. I'm not making the match win.
Which I completely forgot that Okada has joined up with Don Callis, not as a member of the Don Callis family, but just as like a guy with him. So
I rewatched the bit where they're bringing in the table in at the end.
Yeah, he's like cheering, funny. And it's just like you see the barbed wire, and I'm like, oh, main event's gonna fuck. It's like, it did.
This match, Kenny Omega and Okada. Sometimes the simple route is the best, and I can say the same about the main event, which I'm about to talk about in a second. But Omega and Okada, them not choosing to do an NJPW style match and incorporating more story into their match, this kind of goes to show the growth between these two men.
Yeah.
I wasn't fully expecting that NJPW style match anyway, because those guys are a lot older than they were, when those matches happened 7 years ago. So, of course, they had to switch it up a little bit, but I appreciate it. It doesn't really kind of deserve the label, them calling it their worst match, like some people online have, but it's like, no, it's not.
It's crazy when it's like, it's their worst match. It's their worst match. It's like, bro, this is still like a 4.5-star match. I don't think they give a shit. It's just they're dealing with a different presentation of their feud, and I'm okay with it.
Because that's what you're supposed to do in wrestling. It's about growth.
Kenny's missing intestines. He can't do the shit he was doing 7 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. He shouldn't have been doing it back then
in the first place.
I mean, the man was wrestling with vertigo in a lot of his matches. The man was constructed differently. So I think like turning this into the term like standard wrestling match is like talking in like an 80 cents, where it's like, it's not big and flashy. There's a story to it. It's a feud. We're going to have simple interference and a clean finish. Like I think it's like that way. It's like, it works, and it works for these guys. They have great in-ring chemistry. They can make it work.
Yes.
And that's all you need sometimes. I'm just saying.
the main event.
Main event time.
Here we go.
So first things first, Hangman comes out. The camera's on the heel side.
On the heel thing.
Over to the face side.
His original music hits. The crowd goes crazy.
Yes.
Hangman is back. He is the good guy. He is the protagonist of AEW. And I think looking at this match, I realized like as far as I can remember for like some of their matches on their cards, this is the most classic hero versus villain matchup that they've done in a long time.
Oh,
like
yeah, John Moxley.
A lot of people are back and forth like, this is heel, hero.
Yeah, and credit to John Moxley for that, because he really made himself look like the evil dictator over the last 7 months. And it kind of worked, and it worked to perfection in this match.
We'll get into that too, because it's a nice, I point out a nice little detail about the belt and everything. So his theme song's back. He comes out of the face. He is fully healed. The crowd is behind him. Everybody's loving it. Death Riders show up in their big pickup truck in the backstage area, which I pointed out it might be a CO2 hazard. They're driving a really big,
a little bit
truck just spewing out fucking smoke in the backstage area.
They probably cleared the area.
They had to.
The Death Riders show up, and it is just Mox and Marina coming out to the ring. Wheeler Yuta and Claudio stay back for now. And we are into this match, and I'm like, okay, Texas Death Match. Let's see what happens. It's about 5 minutes before the fork comes out. And Moxley's just getting stabbed in the fucking head repeatedly.
Not even 5 minutes. That was like 3.5.
It's like, okay, they're just straight going for it. All right.
They're just going to wrap this up immediately. Cool.
You get the typical Renee tweet of what the fuck as the match is going on. There will always be, when a Moxley match is on in a match like this, there will always be mid-match just a what the fuck tweet from his wife on Twitter.
Renee Paquette.
Yeah. It's just like, there was also the fake headline of AEW production rushes to tell John Moxley wrestling's not real. As he's getting fucking like the picture of him getting stabbed in the head by the fork. So it's like kind of right off the bat too. You get Marina Shafir starts getting involved. We get Broken Glass, which he's dragged across, and it's a back and forth. Just these two guys just brutalizing each other. Hangman hits a sweet angel's wings on Moxley onto the glass. Just continuing to use Christopher Daniels' move. A nice little tie into this whole story that's been going on with them.
And also Hangman continues to be the bane of Marina Shafir.
Yeah, he just Marina, there's the scene from Joker of you get what you deserve, and it's just like the picture of Hangman like putting her through the fucking table.
Basically.
Yeah.
Eventually Claudio and Yuta come out. This is after, he hit the dead eye on the glass and everything. We get his buddies showing up. Ospreay comes out to fight off the Death Riders, gets destroyed by Gabe Kidd, and eventually stretchered out. I'm wondering where that's going to go. Maybe he's just asking for a vacation at this point.
Couple weeks off.
So just give me a few weeks off.
It is wild seeing the Deadeye onto the glass and just immediate lacerations on the top of
bald
Mox's skull.
Bald.
Well, yeah, part of that is because he's bald, but part of that is just he just ran his head through.
On top of that, Moxley might be slightly mentally unstable. You know what I mean? So,
well, he plays
just a Captain Obvious.
He plays it. He plays it well. He played Dean Ambrose for how long?
Like the man, almost a decade.
You guys ever see that interview where he's like, "You're making me give up all this fucking money because you can't write for shit? Yeah. I'm so mad about it."
So I want to point out too, at the beginning of this match, when Hangman shows up, Excalibur has a very good description of Hangman. He's somebody who, you know, worked like somebody who worked on a farm, who lived with immigrants, you know, wanted to just build like a stronger community, like really painting him as like he is the good guy of the company. I just think that was a really cool addition compared to, you know, the tyrant that is Jon Moxley at the moment.
Yeah.
So they just destroy Ospreay. Like Ospreay thinks he can jump in and just handle this, and no, they just fucking destroy Ospreay on the outside of the ring. Yep. There's a suplex through the fucking barbed wire table. Hangman just won't stay down. Death Rider's getting pissed off. Then, with the numbers advantage against Hangman, somebody enters the ring in a Blue Panther mask. We get the unmasked. It is Bryan Danielson. He is
Blue Pantherson.
He is back. Lays out Yuta with the Psycho knee, starts taking out Claudio on the outside. In the middle of the chaos, you know, Moxley can't believe what he's seeing. You know, Danielson's here. Darby returns, coming down from the rafters like Sting used to do. All of Moxley's enemies have returned, and Moxley realizes he has this target on his back after all the shit that he's done. And then we get the moment that we were all waiting for. Marina goes to get the briefcase or the bell, something like that, and ends up handcuffed. Nana pops out, taunts her, and Swerve, jumping the Young Bucks who had come out to get involved, looks at Hangman and gives him the chain. Swerve has arrived to help Hangman. I don't think the story could have ended any other way after this feud that they had. And Hangman throws Moxley out, chain around his neck, and you can see it on his face. Moxley plays it well. I was looking at stuff talking about it. Moxley has the energy of somebody who knows that he is no longer in power. Like he is literally flailing, trying to escape that something that he can't escape anymore. And as somebody pointed out, it is just the right amount of time of him realizing that it's either it's survival or getting out, and there's just like the instant like tap to get out of the chain. Like at the end of the day, Moxley was a coward, which I think is the best finish to this.
No. That's the same way Hangman beat him in Revolution 2 years ago in that main event. And I think Moxley may have forgotten that somehow, but I think he finally remembered that, this man
Hangman's
really
fucking
is
crazy.
Really willing to kill my ass to get this title. So I have to tap really quick to save my own life. And also, there was like a spike bed involved before all that happened.
Yes, the spike bed. He hit the buckshot on him, laid him on
he fell flat on his back on the spike bed. Yeah. Moxley just got reminded of just how dangerous Hangman is and what the depths he's willing to go to get that title back.
And
Hangman was maybe the son of a man who worked with immigrants, but he's still about that business.
Yes. So, but like someone pointed out, like Moxley deserves his kudos here for as long as he's been like this guy who's been in control. It's just like that last like 20 seconds of having no control and looking terrified. Like Moxley sold that shit so well.
Yes.
He taps. Hangman Adam Page is the new AEW World Champion. He gets the belt out of the briefcase for the first time in 6 months. It still has Danielson's faceplates on it.
That was funny.
A tiny detail to show that Moxley did not take the belt out of that briefcase. Like he did not put his own faceplates on. It didn't have Hangman's ready to go. It had Bryan Danielson's faceplate still on it. And you get the goofy image of fucking Swerve smirking in the ring, which I think we shared, and it's been memed so much the last few days.
In the last 48 hours, it is incredible.
Somebody changed his skin to blue to make him look like a fucking genie. Like there was a shit. It's just like, why does he look like a genie that just granted his third wish? It's
and like, it was the one I showed y'all with like did the Sonic stats.
Yeah, it's just like the end score of a level. Like just this goofy image of Swerve Strickland, and I'm like, God, that's so memeable. It might become the thumbnail of the video. I don't know. But Hangman did it. The redemption arc is complete. He has saved AEW. Swerve has come to his aid. Everybody came to his aid to stop the Death Riders. And now Moxley has himself in the sights of a return to Danielson and a return to Darby Allin. So
I would really like it if there was like an angle where now Moxley's got all of these ghosts from his past coming to jump him.
Yeah, it was like when what was it? It was like when he first won the title the first time, and like Samoa Joe came out and everything, and or when Samoa Joe won the title during the triple threat against Swerve and Hangman, and then like everybody started arriving. Christian came out with the contract, and you can see it on Joe's face. He's like, "Oh shit, I have a target on my back now."
Basically.
And I just love when heel champions get that like realization of like, "Oh shit, the people that I fucked up are back." So,
I also don't want Moxley to turn into a face because of it. I want him to like double down and be even shittier about it.
I want him to take his vacation.
That too.
Yeah, he kind of needs one at this point.
Like, to put him into whatever feud you need to put him in with Darby, you know, get that out of the way, and then let Mox just take a nice long vacation.
As a matter of fact, I think with Darby, I think he should be the one to basically end the Death Riders, because it started with him and it should end with Darby. You know, and like having you stretch this feud out for a couple months, and then just like have Darby make a stipulation about him ending the Death Riders if he wins or whatnot, and then do it. And
I think it's going
to his vacation.
I think it's going to transition into maybe them against Darby if Orange Cassidy comes back. You know, maybe him and Wheeler Yuta get something going, because it's like they've been trying to recruit Chris Statlander lately too.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a lot more you can do, but it's like I think the story at the end of the day is still going to be focused on Wheeler Yuta at this point now. I think it's probably his time for his story arc in all this, especially with Danielson back and all that. So it's time to raise up the younger guy of the group now.
Yes.
But all in all, a great show, ending with the good guy standing tall after the last 6 months. You know, Hangman is the main character.
Every main wrestling show, so like WrestleMania, All In, all of them, like Triple Mania, whatever the case may be, all of them should end with the good guys winning, because that's how it works in the comics.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's like
code.
If it's a point in the story where it's like, you know, this is the halfway point, you know, the bad guy winning through something could be, you know, a great little turn too. But as long as at the end of the day, at the end of it all, the good guy stands tall.
Yeah,
that's why you time it better.
Yeah, if you treat this like your season finale, you know, then that should be the case. You know, this was the end of a long story arc with Hangman, his ultimate redemption, and Moxley's ultimate downfall. So this is basically a season finale. Wednesday night on Dynamite, you know, because we're recording this on Tuesday, should be the start of what's the next chapter for Hangman, the Death Riders, Swerve, and all of them.
Well, I think the first one of the matches that they've announced, funnily enough, is Hangman, Hobbs, and Shibata versus the Death Riders.
Hangman and the Ops. So,
yeah. I think because it's retribution for what happened to Samoa Joe. And of course, the Death Riders might be coming for the title again, even though there's no rematch clause in AEW. Yeah. So, which I am surprised too that they have stuck to that. Like, somebody loses the title and there is no next pay-per-view is the rematch. You know, it's like they have to get back to that position.
Well, yeah, and then we all know that MJF is with the contract now. So
yeah,
that's going to come into play at some point.
Yeah, and I think that might be something for World's End. You know, that might be the big end of the year finale. I want new world champions, but I think we're about to enter this period of like, let's recycle some for the sake of stories. Like if Hangman is on his second reign, if MJF wins, that'd be his second reign. You know, Moxley was 4 times asterisk because of the whole CM Punk thing.
Also, another thing too, like you do have the unified championship floating around, which is the combined international and continental championship.
Yeah.
If they're gonna treat that like a second world title, I would filter some of the main event guys over to there as well.
Main event guys, upper mid card guys.
Yeah, you see what I mean. So start using that belt, to build more main eventers.
That's the workhorse belt.
Yeah, because the person who dethrones Okada is probably going to be the next one up in the main event scene. So yeah, I would just basically use that belt for that purpose, kind of like how WWE does with the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, I think we might see a back and forth. So we're on face champion now. We're probably going to see heel champion, face champion, heel champion. But I'm wondering, like, at what point in that line does, where does Will Ospreay fall in that timeline? MJF, does it come down to MJF versus Will Ospreay at next year's All In for the world title?
In London. I would say All In London.
Yeah.
Like, and that's assuming, if MJF wins at, World's End or sometime earlier. But I don't think they're going to give Hangman a short run, especially for this build. Like, you're not going to give him like a month of reign and then take it off him at All Out. That'd be insane. So, but
not with the amount of support he's gotten. Yeah,
I think Ospreay
at least 6 months.
I think Ospreay is a pencil in for an upcoming world champion, if not the unified or an international. So, but great show. And then what next week? Well, not
2 weeks from now, so SummerSlam.
2 weeks from now, 2 days of SummerSlam. With some of the matches that they're announcing, I'm like, that's a thing. So
that's a choice.
But yeah, I like this show. It being 6 hours was kind of, it's kind of stick to 4 or 5. But I understand why they're like, you want to counter program us, we're going to hit you too. So, and it had to work. I haven't heard anything coming out of fucking Great American Bash. So
that was a pre-show, effectively.
Yeah, I've heard nobody talk about it. I've heard nobody talk about it. I've heard more people talk about Evolution. But yeah, I got nothing else for this. AEW delivered on another pay-per-view.
I think we're good here. What's up?
Yeah, this was just a definitive pay-per-view. That's all I got to say. This was solid. Every match, even the ones that are perceived to be they're not so good matches, they were still great. AEW just sets a standard for their pay-per-views, and I'm glad they're sticking with it. Great show. That's all I gotta say.
Yep. I mean, if this is their Mania, a very respectable show for their Mania.
Make it bigger next year.
You can go bigger, just don't go longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need 2 nights of that.
Yeah. Well, I got nothing else. So if y'all enjoyed this episode, again, as we usually say, we are here on any of your audio sources, Spotify, Pandora, whatever. We also have video versions of this where you can see our pretty faces on the YouTube channel. Give either of those a follow, YouTube or a Spotify follow. We'd appreciate it. Leave a comment on anything. Let us know what you guys thought of the show. Let us know your wrestling thoughts. And, if you guys have any suggestions of stuff you want us to check out, because we have done one request episode in the past. Wasn't the most great pay-per-view, but we did a viewer request. If you guys want us to check out something, we'll find time to check it out and give you our thoughts about it. Maybe things are better in hindsight, maybe things are worse, but nostalgia is a crazy thing. So, but with that, we're gonna let you guys go. We will see you guys in a few weeks with SummerSlam. So take care, everybody.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye.